In today's episode, I'm going to be showcasing another 6 identical smell-alike perfumes for women from the Perfume Parlour. These have been carefully hand-picked to include something for everyone, so whether you're looking for a high-end niche fragrance for yourself or a more mass-appealing perfume to buy as a festive gift, then today's little haul will definitely have you covered. Saving money on perfumes without compromising on quality is a pretty smart strategy, and not only do these come at a fraction of the cost of the originals, but you can also save a further 10% on all your purchases at the Perfume Parlour by using my unique discount code, which is Paul10 at the checkout. And I've also left a direct link to each individual perfume down in the description. And whilst I've got you, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, which helps out massively and gets my videos pushed out to more people. So without further ado, pull up a comfy chair, grab yourself a brew, and let's see what treasures await us in today's little haul. Welcome to Mags Frags. Okay, so the first one today goes by the name of Sweet Cacao, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 0871. This is a copy of Utopia Vanilla Cocoa 21 by KNIGHTSBRIDGE. But don't let the cacao name fool you. I think the Perfume Parlour have done what I did at first and assumed the cocoa in the name of the original was a reference to a chocolatey cacao, but it actually stands for coconut. So definitely don't be fooled into thinking this is some kind of chocolatey gourmand perfume. This is actually a very summery, clean white floral scent with a fairly prominent coconut note, which brings a tropical beach holiday type vibe. It opens bright and fairly fresh with Italian lemon, honeysuckle, pear blossom and coconut milk, producing a mood-lifting, cheerful, breezy character that will make you feel all summery again. There's also some tuberose in the heart of the perfume that makes itself known, and I'd say that for the most part it's the coconut and the tuberose that you're going to pick up on the most in this one. There's also jasmine and gardenia, which you often find alongside the tuberose note in many women's perfumes, and these florals produce a super clean, creamy soapiness, like you've just stepped out of a really hot bubble bath. We've also got ambrette or musk mallow, which brings a soft, delicate powderiness, and it's a fairly dry, musky texture that you get from this one. As it fully dries down, it's sweetened up by the vanilla and the sandalwood, and there's also some patchouli, which I don't really detect that much in this one. Some people might get a bit of a suntan lotion type vibe from this one, and it definitely will remind you of the summertime without it actually being a stereotypical fresh summer scent. This is sweet and it has like a sweet and floral aroma, which is laced with a tropical coconut, and I think it smells really nice. I also found the performance on this extract spray to be way better than the original KNIGHTSBRIDGE version, lasting a couple of hours longer whilst projecting better also. I only got a couple of hours from the original KNIGHTSBRIDGE version with a fairly mild projection, whereas with this one I got a good 5 to 6 hours easily with a moderate projection. But even this extract spray isn't going to be a room filler or too overpowering, so it's a safe one to wear as a daytime work or office scent. It's a very easy to wear, safe pickup that I think more people will like rather than disliking it, and it's one that I'd certainly recommend that you try it for yourself. So pop it into your next Perfume Parlour order and see how you get on with it. Okay, so next up is one called Voltic Fruit, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 0453. This is a copy of Electric Cherry by Tom Ford, which came out in 2023 alongside another flanker called Cherry Smoke, which is a much darker version of the original Lost Cherry. And that I have also reviewed that the Perfume Parlour's version of that one, and it's called Hazy Fruit, code 1853 if you're interested. And you can check that review out in my Perfume Parlour for Women episode number 5, I believe. I've also spoke about the Perfume Parlour's take on the original Lost Cherry several times, which is called Ashtray Fruit, and that's code 1947, which is an absolute beauty, by the way. But this one is a brighter, fresher and more playful take on the original Lost Cherry version. And I'm not going to lie, I personally find it impossible to spray this and not sneeze because the initial spray is just so tart and fizzy. The spicy ginger and pink pepper just hits you straight away right from the initial first spray, and you are just hit with like an explosion of spiced cherry, which is more like a fizzy sweet rather than the sweet cherry liqueur aroma that you get with the Lost Cherry version. As it starts to dry down, the spiciness does settle down, and even though the cherry remains the major star of the show, there is also a bit of a white floral accord in the background with jasmine sambac producing a bright, clean floral accent, whilst ambretolide and musk provide a slightly ambery, musky base layer. I would say that this is the most playful and juvenile one out of the 3 Tom Ford cherry scents, and I think it's one that would be an absolute ideal Christmas gift if you've got like a teenage daughter or a younger family member that's just getting into perfumes, because I think young girls would just absolutely love this one because it's really fun, sweet, and it's got like a fizzy character. But for me personally, it's the one that I'd be least likely to wear, and I'm going to stick with the much darker, richer and more mature smelling cherry smoke version. Again, the performance on this extract spray lasts longer than the original, although I don't seem to get the same level of performance out of this brighter version than I do the other 2 sweeter, more dense blends. And the cherry in this seems to just fade away a touch quicker, leaving more of a soapy white floral aroma in the far dry down. Okay, so the third one today is called Iris Open, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 1742. This is a copy of Eyes Closed by Byredo, which is a unisex spicy woody scent. So this is ideal for women who are not into girly floral perfumes and looking for something perhaps a bit more different to set them apart. The top notes in this are cinnamon and cardamom. In the mid we've got orris, carrot and ginger. And the base notes in this are papyrus and patchouli. Yeah, so this opens up very spicy as you'd expect with cinnamon, cardamom and ginger, and you will get a festive wintry aroma with some earthy woodiness that pretty much instantly comes through from the base. But there's also like a brighter, fresher green accord from the papyrus note. But for me, it's the carrot note that brings a really unique twist, and you can actually smell it pretty much front and centre. And the way I'm going to describe the smell of this is a little bit quirky, but to me it's like eating a spiced carrot cake in a log cabin in a snow-covered pine forest. It's got warm, spicy accents, but it's also got a woody, earthy backbone. And I've got to say, it might not be for everyone, especially if you're only used to out-and-out feminine fragrances or designer scents. But I absolutely love it. And it's my wildcard entry in this haul, which is perfect for the festive season. I'd even go as far as to say it's possibly one of, if not my favourite Byredo fragrance. The opening takes a little getting used to, and it's certainly not a love at first sniff type scent, but once it dries down and you start to understand it a bit more, it seems to just pull you in and it becomes very, very addictive. It will be getting worn many times by me over the next few weeks, and I may even invest in a tub of the fragrance dust, because I would imagine that this would be a stunning room scent over the Christmas period also. But like I say, it may not be the most safe and mass appealing one in today's list, but for those of you who want a unique and a bit of an edgy fragrance, then this is definitely one to try out for yourself. Right, next up we've got one called KNIGHTSBRIDGE for women, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 0500. This is a copy of Harrods Parfum by Roger Parfums, which is a very luxurious and complex floral woody musk from 2019. And as you'd expect from a perfume carrying the Harrods name, it smells very opulent and expensive, and it's the kind of smell that hits you when you walk into like a designer boutique. It's a mature and sophisticated scent that's probably going to be better suited to women over the age of 30 or 40. There's around 25 different notes listed in this, and none really dominate the perfume because it's very well crafted and well blended, but overall it's fairly bright and a semi-sweet perfume with plenty of fragrant florals and a deep, rich, musky base. It does have a makeup-y kind of powdery texture, so some younger women might find it a bit on the old-fashioned side, but it's one of them aromas where as soon as you smell it, you just know you're smelling something a little bit special. In my opinion, it's more of a special occasions fragrance that you'd wear dressed up in an elegant evening dress rather than one you'd wear every day to go to work in. It's a very bold, high-quality scent for when you want to make a statement and smell like a millionairess. It's a big performer with a very strong projection, which you'd still be catching wafts from this about 10 hours after you first sprayed it. So again, a really good one to pick up if you've got a Christmas do or a New Year's Eve ball to attend over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so 2 more to go, and this penultimate one is called Italian Kiss for Women, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 0906. This is a copy of Baciami by Bulgari, which is an amber vanilla perfume, which is complemented by an opening note of gardenia, which is absolutely stunning. And if I was to recommend just one out of today's haul, it would definitely be this one, despite also loving a couple of the others. This is just such a sexy and seductive smell, and whether you're a man or a woman, you simply can't not fall in love with how this one smells. It is very sweet with a sugary caramel like base layer, but the gardenia just brings a summery floral accord, which is actually quite a sweet, creamy smelling note in its own right, but it is one of my favourite floral notes in women's perfumery. It's a pretty simple blend that contains just 3 notes, but yeah, it has enough uniqueness to set it apart from anything else that you'll currently have sat in your collection. It's extremely mass appealing and it's very versatile. It's versatile enough to wear pretty much for any occasion, day or night. But it is too sweet, in my opinion, to wear in the high heat of summer. It's a super safe blind buy and it's suitable for women of any age. So make sure to bang this one on your next Perfume Parlour order. And you can thank me down in the comments later for introducing you to your new signature scent. And the final one today goes by the name of Woodland Elixir, and the Perfume Parlour code on this one is 0891. This one is a copy of Sherwood by Memo Paris, which is a very easygoing, simple to wear floral woody musk that opens with notes of carrot seed, blackcurrant and pepper. In the heart there's orange blossom, damask rose and spices, and it dries down to a base of sandalwood, cashmere and oak. Okay, so as you can tell, there's quite a bit going on in that note breakdown, and this blends earthy, fruity, spicy and woody elements all together. But the overall aroma is very laid back and just quite sweet, with a soft velvety rose, a creamy sandalwood and some powdery cashmere, and providing a smooth and comforting spine. There are some interesting inclusions like carrot seeds and the oak in the base, which you don't tend to come across too often in fragrances. However, there's nothing that really jumps out for me in this one, and nothing that really wows me at any point of the fragrance whilst I'm wearing this one. Don't get me wrong, it smells really nice and there's absolutely nothing that I could find to dislike about it. But the original of this will set you back a whopping £230 for a 75ml size bottle. And had I been reviewing that one, I'd have been slightly underwhelmed by what it delivers for the price, because it has more of a designer type scent profile, so I'd expect a little bit more from it. However, this Perfume Parlour extract spray at 20 quid is a totally different story, and it's another one that you really can't go wrong with. This is a perfect everyday scent to wear as a work or office fragrance, or as just a casual daily driver, but not something I'd ever consider reaching for to wear for like a night out or any special occasions or anything like that. This is an easy, breezy Sunday morning fragrance when you want just a little warm, comforting hug from your fragrance. It has a mild to moderate projection that doesn't really scream for attention, but you will catch wafts of it for about 5 or 6 hours before you can no longer detect it. This is a soft, unassuming and pleasant fragrance that's definitely worth having in your collection for the times when you just want something a little bit more relaxed and easygoing. Okay, so in summary, I've got to say that there isn't a bad apple amongst these in today's haul, and I'd happily recommend any of them. But the standout ones for me personally are the Bakiyami copy, which I think almost everyone who smells that one will enjoy it. I also really liked the Byredo Eyes Closed copy, and I think that one will appeal to anyone looking to get the full olfactory experience out of the perfume, but maybe it's not ideal for newbies or anyone that enjoys girly aromas. The Harrods Parfum copy oozes class and sophistication and also maturity. And finally, if you're in your late teens or early 20s, then you won't find a more fun and delicious scent than the Electric Cherry copy. And again, that's all we've got time for today. But don't forget, I'll be back very soon with a few more women's perfume parlour dupes to give my opinions on. There seems to be an ever-growing army of you ladies turning up to view these videos now, compared to when I produced my first one back about a year ago, which struggled to get 100 views for the first few months. I wasn't going to produce anymore, but we stuck with it, and now you're almost up there in numbers with the fellas. So if you've subscribed and you've tuned in today, then thank you very much for your support. Also, don't forget to check out some of the previous episodes, which should be now up on the screens either side of me, so you can click on those if you want to view any previous episodes. So as always, thank you very much once again for tuning in today. Stay safe, keep smelling delicious, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye bye for now.